Ahead of the all-party meeting in the national capital, the Dogra Front has come together to stage a protest against Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah in Jammu. Protests are over Mehbooba saying that the centre must talk to Pakistan as well. She made this comment just a few days ago when the Gupkar Alliance had confirmed that they are going to be a part of the all-party meet. The Dogra Front has objected to the statement by Mehbooba and are staging protests currently with hours to go for the all-party meet. And listen into exactly what Mehbooba Mufti said that has triggered this protest in Jammu.
न सिर्फ जम्मू कश्मीर या हमारे मुल्क के अंदर बल्कि पूरे खिते में तो इसके बगैर कोई चारा नहीं है।
क्लियर कर दिया नो
कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन दैट। और डायलॉग की बात हमसे डायलॉग कर रहे हैं। हम कहते हैं कि ये दोहा जाके तालिबान से डायलॉग कर रहे हैं। आपने सुना होगा हमारी गवर्नमेंट तो जम्मू कश्मीर में डायलॉग करे और सबके साथ करे और पाकिस्तान के साथ भी करे रेजोल्यूशन के लिए।
But let's focus on the meet itself. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be chairing that very crucial all-party meet with Jammu and Kashmir political representatives. That's at 3 today. Along with Prime Minister Modi, the centre and the central government will be represented by several union ministers. You're going to see Amit Shah there, Jitendra Singh, NSA Ajit Doval could also attend the meeting. The Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha is also going to be a part of the huddle. 14 leaders from Jammu and Kashmir have been invited. They belong to various political parties, various political thoughts. Among the invitees are former chief ministers like Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah. You have some deputy chief ministers, some heads of mainstream political parties who've all been invited. This is the first such political exercise after the Modi government decided to abrogate Article 370 way back in August 5th, 2019. And this meeting is likely aimed at resuming the electoral process in Jammu and Kashmir after the completion of the delimitation exercise.
It could be first thaw in the bitter standoff between the centre and the political parties in the valley.
अनुच्छेद 370 के सभी खंड लागू नहीं होंगे सिवाय खंड 1 के नामक तदनुसार पढ़ा जाएगा.
For the first time after the dramatic steps taken in 2019, the warring Kashmir parties will sit across the table at a meeting called by the Prime Minister on Thursday. The decision by 4 former chief ministers, Farooq, Mehbooba, Omar and Ghulam Nabi Azad to hold a dialogue with the Prime Minister has given a glimmer of hope on Jammu Kashmir's future. The Prime Minister's all-party meeting is likely to focus on the delimitation exercise in Jammu and Kashmir, but it will also give the Gupkar Alliance an opportunity to put forth its demands.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर से मिलने जा रहे हैं जो मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं नेचुरली पूरे खुले मन से जा रहे हैं.
हमें उम्मीद है कि हम अपने जो मौक़िफ़ है उसको वहाँ पे वज़ीर आज़म साहब और होम मिनिस्टर साहब के सामने रखें.
The Jammu-based leadership too expects to gain, although there is a feeling that the Prime Minister's meeting has a more valley-focused agenda.
बिल्कुल हम कहते हैं कि यो अदर देन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज इस तरह के ग्रुप जो ऑलरेडी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जिनको किसी न मुख्तलिफ रूप में कंसल्ट करती रही है ऑन बोर्ड लेती रही है और उनकी बड़ी बात भारतीय जनता पार्टी वोट लेने के लिए तो करती थी तो उनको सुना जाना चाहिए था जिस तरह से राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस कांग्रेस पार्टी करती आई है.
एक मन से एक भाव से समभाव से आ रहे हैं और सभी इस बैठक का हिस्सा बनेंगे अपना अपना पक्ष रखेंगे.
Thursday's all-party huddle is the first major political outreach by Prime Minister Modi after the scrapping of Article 370 and splitting of the state into 2 union territories.
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म साहब अगर कोई रास्ता है कि लोगों की उमंगों को जो लोगों को ठेस लगी है 5 अगस्त 2019 को अगर उसको किसी तरीके से उनकी उन जज्बात और एहसासात थोड़ा सा मलहम हो जाए वो देखा जाए. वो हमारी स्टेटहुड जो सबसे पुरानी रियासत थी इस मुल्क में उसे बहाल किया जाए. हमारे डेमोक्रेटिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस को इमीडिएटली डेमोक्रेसी वहाँ बहाल की जाए. इलेक्शंस हों.
What is clear is that the meeting is aimed at resuming the electoral process in Jammu and Kashmir after the completion of delimitation exercises. It's also an effort to remove the trust deficit between the valley and New Delhi. But the road to peace and stability is full of challenges. While the level of violence has reduced in Kashmir, incidents of terror continue almost on daily basis in the valley, with policemen and citizens coming under attack. Still, from Srinagar to Jammu to Delhi, all eyes will be on the Prime Minister's meeting. Can it be the icebreaker that Jammu and Kashmir desperately needs? That's the big question. Bureau Report, India Today.
राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री श्री विजय रूपाणी साबरमती आश्रम पर।
And here's a look at who's going to be a part of this all-party meeting. The political leaders who've confirmed their presence. Farooq Abdullah, National Conference, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, is going to be there. His son Omar Abdullah has also confirmed his presence for this crucial meeting. Mehbooba Mufti of the PDP has also confirmed just a few days ago as part of the Gupkar Alliance that she will be a part of this huddle. Ghulam Nabi Azad, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, will be there representing the Congress. You'll also have Tara Chand, Congress leader, who is going to be present for this meeting. Ghulam Ahmed Mir also of the Congress. 3 senior leaders of the Congress who are a part of the meet. What about the BJP? Well, Nirmal Singh will be there because the BJP Jammu unit is also being represented in this particular political meet. Ravinder Raina, the BJP Jammu chief, is also going to be there for this meeting. Altaf Bukhari, who is part of the Jammu and Kashmir Apni party, he's also been invited and he's confirmed he's going to be there. Musafir Beg of the People's Conference has said that he will attend the meet in the national capital. Sajad Lone, again of the People's Conference, has announced that he is going to be a part of the meet. Interestingly, CPIM Yusuf Tarigami has said that he is going to attend the meeting, will be representing the CPIM. As far as the JNK Panthers party is concerned, Bhim Singh is also confirmed that he will be a part of this meet. So these are the leaders who will be with the Prime Minister at 3 p.m. So you're seeing that all political parties, mainstream political parties, are being represented in this meeting. Maushami Singh is joining us live from outside Ghulam Nabi Azad's residence. Maushami is tracking exactly what the Congress is going to put forward in this meeting. Maushami, there's no clear-cut agenda right now. There's no clear-cut agenda on what issues are going to be raised in this particular meeting. So what exactly is the Congress's plan here on what they're going to be talking about in that huddle?
So it's very interesting, we do believe that Ghulam Nabi Azad will be meeting the other Congress leaders who will be present in that meeting. But importantly, even before this meeting was held 2 days back, the Congress did deliberate. Dr. Manmohan Singh and others did give their opinion on what the party's stand is going to be. Remember, as far as abrogation of Article 270 is concerned, the Congress party had said that they had never really, in fact, Dr. Manmohan Singh had said that the party had never really opposed the abrogation, but the way the will and the opinion of the people of Jammu and Kashmir was not taken into account before this extreme measure was taken. So really the Congress party being wary of being painted anti-national by the BJP here, playing the cards very carefully, making sure that they hear the central government out before they actually underline their stand, and thereby the experience of Ghulam Nabi Azad could be accounted for. Importantly, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Ghulam Nabi Azad share a very cordial relationship. We saw that farewell, where a very emotional Prime Minister bid farewell to Ghulam Nabi Azad in the Parliament, saying he'll never allow Ghulam Nabi Azad to retire. So perhaps is a role for Ghulam Nabi Azad expected as far as thawing the entire political process in Jammu Kashmir is concerned? That's going to be also a very crucial takeaway from the meeting.
Right, Maushami, request you to stay on with us. Newsbreak also coming in on this meeting. Now, there are also BJP leaders who are going to be participating in the meeting at 3 p.m. and they're currently heading to the party headquarters in Delhi to go ahead and strategize and hold a deliberation meet. The Congress is also holding a similar deliberation meet in some time from now. So political parties really coming together, heading to the drawing board, figuring out what issues they're going to take on, what is their strategy on different points of concern also. Remember that as far as the BJP is concerned, Nirmal Singh, Ravinder Raina are going to be there for this meeting. So you've got political political parties, they're going ahead and strategizing before the crucial meeting. The Congress also will be holding a deliberation meet with Ghulam Nabi Azad chairing that particular huddle. You've got several political parties from Jammu and Kashmir being a part of this meeting, and we understand senior leaders are currently making their way to the national capital for their all-important meet at 3 p.m. As far as the BJP is concerned, it's very crystal clear on what their stand is on several issues like Article 370, like delimitation. But the fact that you're going to be seeing BJP leaders present there, they're going to be raising issues that they believe is necessary. These are live visuals that you're seeing on your screens. Farooq Abdullah in the national capital. He is going to be a part of that meeting. He's already confirmed his presence after holding a meeting a few days back with the Gupkar Alliance leaders. Farooq Abdullah is going to be there. These are images, I beg your pardon, not from Delhi but from Srinagar, and he is going to be heading to the national capital shortly. 3 o'clock is when the meeting is happening. Shujaul Haq is joining us with more details. So Shujaul, as we beam these visuals of Farooq Abdullah at Srinagar, he is going to be heading to the national capital any time now. His son Omar is going to be there. Mehbooba Mufti is going to be there. So all the big political parties definitely being represented, and they've decided not to boycott the meet.
Well, that's correct. We just saw Farooq Abdullah leaving his residence. He is taking a flight at around 11 from Srinagar, and he is going to be reaching Delhi and participating in this meeting. As we have already been talking about it, that they have already confirmed that they, all of them, whoever has gotten an invite from the Prime Minister, to participate in this meeting will, go ahead and do that. The other leaders are already in Delhi. It was only Farooq Abdullah who was still in Kashmir, and he is also making his way towards this meeting. So it will be very interesting to see, how exactly this entire thing takes up a final shape. A lot of eyes are on what exactly is going to be discussed in this meeting, because as we've been constantly mentioning, it's perhaps the first such initiative that is coming in from the central leadership, with regards to the Kashmir politics and the mainstream political leaders, particularly after August 2019, when the big decision of removal of Article 370 was taken. So a lot of eyes will be definitely on what exactly is going to be discussed in this meeting. We know that there is no agenda that has been set up. So that also means that anything could be up for discussion.
That's right. No clear agenda that's been set. Does that leave room for discussion on every issue that these political leaders deem fit, or will the centre go ahead and dictate the agenda moments before the meeting? Poulomi Saha is also joining us live this morning from Delhi with the latest updates. Poulomi, just a few minutes ago, I was informing our viewers of how the BJP and a delegation of BJP leaders are also going to be a part of this meeting. And we understand they're going to be strategizing, holding a deliberation meeting at the party headquarters before visiting the Prime Minister's residence.
That's right. BJP leaders Ravinder Raina, Kavinder Gupta and Nirmal Singh, who was former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, will be participating in this meeting at the Prime Minister's residence later this afternoon. And ahead of that meeting, in a short while from now, they will be, in fact, reaching the BJP headquarters and strategizing, like you said, ahead of that meeting. They've been mostly told to not speak with the media at the moment in order to keep the sanctity of the all-party meeting, as they say, because obviously there is a lot that remains to be discussed. There are issues that the leadership from Jammu and Kashmir wish to discuss with the Prime Minister, but as far as the centre's agenda is concerned, while there's nothing known, or the centre is very tight-lipped about that agenda, they might try to restrict it to certain issues. But obviously, the leaders from Jammu and Kashmir want it to be a free-for-all, where they discuss all issues that are on the table and that they would like to bring to the table as well. So the BJP, of course, are going to strategize ahead of this very crucial meeting as well.
Right, Poulomi, request you to stay on with us. So the BJP will be holding this deliberation meet. The Congress too will be doing the same thing. Congress leaders from Jammu and Kashmir are meeting in some time from now at 11 to chalk out their strategy for the all-party meet. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Ghulam Ahmed Mir and Tara Chand will be meeting to discuss the Congress's view that they will be presenting during this meet. The Grand All Party's leaders from Jammu region has meanwhile criticized the huddle. They've alleged that the centre has invited only select elect leaders from Jammu and Kashmir. Congress accused the centre of ignoring Jammu-based groups and also Kashmiri migrant pundits. The party said that the centre should have invited political groups from Jammu and is instead only focused on the Kashmir region. You had Congress's spokesperson claiming that unlike UPA, the BJP has neglected the socio-political organizations of the Jammu region and preferred not to meet them for the all-party meet.
देर से आया दुरुस्त है, लेकिन डायलॉग का सिलसिला ने शुरू किया और ये कांग्रेस की सोच थी कि डायलॉग के जरिए ही कहीं चीज़ का हल होता है। आज इस सरकार ने महसूस किया कि वो सोच की आज ज़रूरत है, समय की पुकार है। छोटे छोटे भी दल यहाँ पे हो उनको भी ऑन बोर्ड लेना चाहिए था और मैं समझता हूँ कि ऑलरेडी देर काफ़ी हो चुकी है। भाजपा की तरफ से जो हमेशा दावे यहाँ पे करती थी, कहीं कहीं टाइम फेस होती दिखाई दे जा रही है। तो अगर अपनी पार्टी जिनका जन्म भी थोड़ी देर पहले यहाँ पे हुआ, अगर वो बुलाए जा सकते हैं तो दूसरे लोगों को मन में कोई शंक शुबा ना रहे, उनको भी ऑन बोर्ड लेना चाहिए।
देखिए, बिल्कुल दुरुस्त बात है कि जब आप पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से बात करने जा रहे हैं, आपने बड़े अरसे के बाद इनिशिएटिव अगर लिया है, तो वो तमाम राजनीतिक दल जो कि राजनीतिक दल हैं, रिकॉग्नाइज्ड रजिस्टर्ड पार्टीज हैं, नेशनल पार्टीज भी कई जो हैं जिनका ज़्यादा आधार जम्मू में है, उनको छोड़ा गया क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी नहीं चाहती कि जम्मू से और कोई रिप्रेजेंट करे।
So political activity slowly gathering steam in Jammu and Kashmir. The Delimitation Commission, meanwhile headed by Justice Ranjan Prakash Desai, has also got a year-long extension to rework boundaries of the Assembly and Lok Sabha seats. The Commission has shot off a letter to all district collectors for more information on issues like population density, on terrain and topography. Now, the perception in Jammu has long been that it plays second fiddle to Kashmir. Will delimitation really change that dynamic? And in this report, we break down exactly what delimitation is and what it will help in achieving.
Political leaders in Jammu and Kashmir hold consultations ahead of their meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi on the 24th of June. There is a buzz in the air about restoration of political activity. Beyond the optics, there is a detailed delimitation exercise currently underway, which is expected to pave the way for elections in Jammu and Kashmir. The Delimitation Commission was set up on the 6th of March 2020 after the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganisation Act 2019 was passed in Parliament on the 5th of August 2019. On Independence Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke of the delimitation exercise and the road ahead.
जम्मू कश्मीर में डिलिमिटेशन की प्रक्रिया चल रही है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट के निवृत्त न्यायमूर्ति के नेतृत्व में डिलिमिटेशन का काम चल रहा है। भविष्य में वहां चुनाव हो, जम्मू कश्मीर के एमएलए हो, जम्मू कश्मीर के मंत्रीगण हो, जम्मू कश्मीर के मुख्यमंत्रीगण हो, नई ऊर्जा के साथ विकास के मार्ग पर आगे बढ़े, इसके लिए देश प्रतिबद्ध भी है और प्रयासरत भी है।
The Delimitation Commission is headed by Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai, a former Justice of the Supreme Court of India. The election commissioners in Delhi and in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir are its ex officio members. It also has 5 associate members, including Dr. Jitendra Singh, Jugal Kishore Sharma, Farooq Abdullah, Muhammad Akbar Lone, and Hasnain Masoodi. The task of the Delimitation Commission is redrawing boundaries of Jammu and Kashmir on the basis of the last census for Assembly and Lok Sabha elections. Before the Reorganisation Act of Jammu and Kashmir 2019, the Assembly in the erstwhile state had 87 seats, 46 in Kashmir, 37 in Jammu and 4 in Ladakh. Of course, apart from 24 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. After the reorganization, the plan is to have 114 seats with more balanced representation, which has in the past led to tension with Jammu complaining of being underrepresented and playing second fiddle to Kashmir. Ladakh now is a separate union territory.
Many social and political organizations in Jammu region feel that the way delimitation is being conducted, it will not give justice to Jammu region. They say that this delimitation is being conducted as per 2011 census, which they feel was a fudged one. The BJP, on the other hand, has promised that there will be no compromise on the issues of Jammu, and delimitation will be done in a way so that Jammu gets justice and the total number of seats of Jammu in J&K Assembly increase.
It is the strategic necessity of the Union of India as well to contain terrorism and jihad in Kashmir, and the only way it can be contained is by creating a special state of Jammu Pradesh and dividing Kashmir into 2 union territories.
On the 4th of March 2021, the Commission sought a year-long extension, saying due to COVID, they were unable to carry out the task. The Commission has also sent a letter to district commissioners of all the districts of Jammu and Kashmir seeking information on population density, terrain and topography. Jammu has sought equal representation on the basis of topography and terrain, while Kashmir wants representation to be limited to population and density.
The Delimitation Commission, which has been set up after Article 370 was removed in 2019, is an important exercise which will increase the number of seats in the Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir from 107 to 114. While a lot of people in Jammu have been welcoming it, many in the valley have been fearing that this is an attempt to increase the number of seats only in the Jammu division.
Last time such an exercise was carried out was in 1995 on the basis of 1981 census ahead of the 1996 elections. Delimitation was carried out before that in 1963 and 1975. The Assembly of the erstwhile state of J&K had put a freeze on delimitation till 2026. With Shujaul Haq in Srinagar and Sunil Ji Bhatt in Jammu, Bureau Report, India Today.